Dota 2 is super fun to watch. Yeah, I always like watching TI. I watch League finals too. I watch the finals for almost everything because I think they're fun to watch, and also I like listening to the commentary. Like Dota. So the interesting thing is, if you compare the differences in commentary, Dota has super fun commentary to listen to, and their big moment commentators are awesome. They're super great. I've always loved listening to the big moment commentators. Like Toby is a beast, right? Like everybody loves listening to their huge big moment. Like this shit is fucking tight. Odie, yeah, Odie. You have fucking Toby. You have I don't know. There's a lot of great Dota commentators. Even like I like listening to CS commentary too. But lately I haven't heard much of it. Cap and Blitz. In general, I think their commentary is very, very good. Merlini hasn't done Dota in a long time though, right? It's been a while since I've seen him do, what's it called, commentary. I like Rocket League. Rocket League is cool. I thought when I first listened to Rocket League that the commentary was really bad, but lately I think it's much better. I thought when Rocket League was first out, the commentary was kind of boring. Because to be honest, like think about Rocket League. It's cars driving in circles, and they hit a ball into a net. You should be extremely excited for this game, right? It's so simple, but it's super fucking sick because they're just flipping around, hitting the ball, and it's like, oh my fucking god, he scored in the net. This is so sick. Like, and it's like, yeah, that was a great pass to the outside, and he got it in the net. I'm like, what? How the fuck are you not losing it? Like, it's fucking, this shit is sick. But, you know, now it's much better. It used to be like that in the beginning. But, you know, I think it's pretty good now. Or maybe just what I watched in the beginning was a little too much like that. There's always a place for analytical commentary, but you gotta know when to get fucking excited about some shit. When Nero grabs that enemy in the Devil May Cry trailer and fucking power bombs him, you're not like, yeah, that was perfect technique on the power bomb. Like, you gotta be like, fucking, holy shit, that was sick, because it was. That's like how you have to handle those moments. That shit is fucking like, oh my god. You gotta be excited about it, because it is exciting. He did a taunt combo. Man, that I couldn't help myself. We got fucking, it was crazy. I did watch the DMC5 trailer already. A lot of people bring up that taunt combo moment. I don't even think about it. It was just such a natural reaction. That and he baited the throw. I watch a lot of other games commentary. So yeah, I think about that stuff a lot. Dota has great big moment commentators, and I like their analysis. I think in general, Dota is really fun to listen to. I used to listen to a lot of League of Legends too. I watched the Overwatch League finals, and I thought the first day was cool, but I thought it was like real. I had an issue with the commentary and the desk, because I thought the commentary and the desk, everybody talked the same way. There was like the same delivery and the same sound. And Overwatch is a spectator game. It's getting there, but it's still not the best for me to, like, I don't think it's the most interesting game to watch. And man, I couldn't believe how everybody sounded kind of the same. Like, everybody had the same delivery. They had the same way of talking about shit. It was like a very samey style of broadcast. I thought the second day was a lot better. I thought the second day was great, but also they rotated who was doing it. So yeah, but it was a little too like, it didn't feel like they were talking about a video game that they liked. It felt like they were just going through the motions of delivering a proper broadcast, which I thought was like, I don't know. That's the impression I got. I don't think the commentary for that game is bad either. I just think it's like very like structured, you know? In general, when I listen to it, I usually like it. I'm surprised I didn't like the Overwatch League finals. But Dota, on the other hand, you watch Dota and they're in the finals and some dude fucks up and the guy's like, man, it sucks to suck. Like, this dude fucked up. And in Overwatch, it's like, I didn't feel that same kind of like expressiveness on the first day of the finals. The second day I thought was a lot better. That's my favorite thing about commentary, is when people are like much more like willing to be open and have fun with it, you know? I think Monty and Doa are great. Crumbs is pretty funny usually on the desk. But Dota was great. League is pretty great too. I think I usually like the League commentary. Overwatch League is a little bit, it's not what I wanted. I understand why it is how it is, but it's not what I desire on the broadcast. There was a lot of hosts for TI. They were using Red Eye, Chobra. They swapped in the person that was doing a bunch of the interviews a bunch of the time. I don't remember it. I don't remember her name. And they had Shiver. They had someone else. They had one more host at least, right? They were rotating throughout the day. Machine was doing desk hosting too. They had a lot. My guess is that they were just taking like 2 or whatever hour shifts and just rotating through it. The league has good commentators, I think. I think Kobe's great. I think I like listening to Deficio and Quickshot a lot. I think the LPL commentary is really great too. Monty and Doa come from the LCK, so I used to listen to that a lot because Korea is such a strong league, right? Strong region for league, so I used to watch LCK a lot. Yeah, Frost great. A lot of the LPL commentary is really great, but you don't get to listen to it a lot. Kobe got into league commentary after the NBA. That's dope. Shut up, Ringe. Fucking nerd. Yeah, I don't watch as much league as I used to. I mostly just watch international events like MSI and Worlds. But Dota is a very fast-paced game compared to League generally. Yeah, a lot of shit happens. I feel like there's a lot of situations where you just fucking die. Like, it's just like you're just dead and shit happens. It's like, well, Casey. Yeah, I recognize Casey. Was Casey the one that was dancing in the crowd? If so, I thought that was awful. But everything else she did was pretty good. Oh, man. I thought the dancing with people was horrible. One of my least favorite things I've seen to have interstitial content ever. But I thought the like walking around and interviewing people was cool. It was like, I understand why it existed, right? Man, there's a squirrel climbing on a electric wire back there. I thought the interstitial content, like all the content between the matches and stuff, was really great to fill time, and I thought it was awesome that there was no breaks or just "we will be right back" screens, right? But dancing was horrible. Everything else was great. Can you rock a sign at Red Bull Conquest saying twitch.tv/Sajam? I approve wholeheartedly. If the Red Bull people don't like it, I'll talk to them. We'll have a discussion. Make sure you have a Monster Energy t-shirt on and like a Starbucks hat. Just go all out. Be like Dankadias. Show up to Red Bull Conquest in a Guinness t-shirt. That's perfect. Rocking a Four Loco hat, Strong Zero in your hand, have a Monster Energy t-shirt, wearing fucking Rockstar joggers. Dash is a great desk host. There's a lot of really good commentators and interviewers and desk hosts and all that stuff and all kinds of other games. That's why I watch other games, right? It's because it's always interesting to hear people. You know who I find fascinating to listen to speak is Day9. Day9 is so interesting to hear him talk about any topic. He does those long videos about StarCraft, and I don't have any interest in StarCraft, but I watch them just because they're really interesting. And I like listening to the way he speaks. You know who else is like that? Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop on YouTube. I really like listening to him just speak about any subject. He does a great job of just making anything he talks about really, really interesting to listen to. I'm just like sit there and I'm like, this is fascinating. I can listen to this guy speak all day. He just starts going on and on. He's like, we're talking about Sajam here. YouTuber, a fighting game commentator, Twitch streamer, hair enthusiast. He just goes on and on. Drops his debut album. It's Always Segway in Philadelphia. Before this, he put out a mixtape. He put out this. His sophomore album is this one. It's got a really synthy vibe to it. It's like, yeah, just the way he speaks is like, so he knows, he's so knowledgeable. He knows so much about music. That dude, the Day9 car stolen story is fucking awesome. That shit is great. I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything like that. I've definitely had some moments where I get back from shit and I'm just wasted. I'm just exhausted, right? My body just cannot compete anymore. That was like, dude, oh my God. When we did the E-League show, I got back from Japan. I had a 2-week trip in Japan. The day I got back from Japan, right, I went to the train to take the train to the airport, and I already could feel the sickness setting in. My nose was runny. I was starting to feel the sickness. I flew back, 12-hour flight. I was sick on the flight the whole time. I felt horrible the whole way. I got home, and then 2 days later, after 14 days in Japan, 2 days later, I flew out to Atlanta, and I spent 10 days in that house filming that show, sick as a dog. The entire time, I was incredibly sick. I felt awful. And so, like, when he says he forgot his car, I completely understand. Because, like, the first line I had to say on the show, I was like, hey, everybody, I forgot what I have to say. I was just, like, completely out of it. I was like, my fucking brain hurt. I couldn't keep it together. I was so fucking... There was some line I had to say, like, all right, your guys' prize today is to go to this place in Atlanta, this thing. And I had to deliver it, and I said it all kinds of fucked up. Usually that's my specialty, right? Is remembering lines like that. Being like, if you guys enjoyed this, you'll enjoy the HyperX headset, which you can find for $50 over at hyperx.gg, the most affordable gaming headset under $50, right? That's my specialty, no problem. But I was like, you guys are going to fuck. I had nothing. I was just completely tapped. I had no energy left in my being as like a human. So the idea of leaving your car somewhere and forgetting about it, I feel it. I understand that. What is this idea? I like unconventional, loosely structured commentary the best. Balanced, can be professional, and have some personality. That's like a hard combination to ask for. You're asking them to be good at everything. But that's fair enough to expect people. I think expecting people to be good at commentary is a fair assumption. Especially because if you do commentary, you should care to get better at it and put in a lot of work to be good. Right? Oh, you like both styles. Okay, yeah. That's something I appreciate. I hear some people say stuff about, like, Smash commentary. They'll be like, you know, this Smash commentary, they're not talking about the match enough. They're too relaxed. And then there's other people that are like, these guys are so stiff. They're so boring. And it's hard to strike the perfect balance in between it, right? It's hard to do it. You know what I hear is a problem with Smash a lot is bias, which I almost never hear about in, like, Street Fighter or Dragon Ball or anything else. That's very funny to think about. Bias commentary being an issue. There's a huge bias problem in Smash. We're all like, Daigo is the Lord and Savior. Whoop! And fucking nobody cares. The bias must be real bad if people care.